Happy Tuesday, everyone. My name is meteorologist Heather Kane. It's time for our daily hail forecast, sponsored as always by See-Through Group, Merlin Law Group, American Contractor Show, as well as Atlas Roofing. Thank you guys for sponsoring our video. So let's get right into our weather headlines. We do have a massive storm system in the northeast. We call these a nor'easter. It's dumping a ton of snow, so we'll talk about that. And later this week, we are going to be watching the potential for severe weather. So the next few days, spoiler alert, it should be pretty quiet. But as we get to the end of the week, things could ramp up once again. And like I just said, Thursday it could be a bit stormy, especially. We are watching here in Oklahoma City all the way down to Dallas. So we'll get into a bit more detail on what we're thinking as well for that. But before we get into our forecast, we do have one event. It's going to start tomorrow. And yeah, it's Wind the Storm. We are down in Florida again from tomorrow through Friday. We will be at booth 505. So make sure you come on by to the Hail Trace booth and come say hi to us. If you're not a subscriber and if you want to learn more about what we offer here at Hail Trace, this is a good time to do it, as we'll be there in person to give you some more information. So yeah, come on by to 505 during the Wind the Storm event this week. So here are our current conditions across the lower 48. The middle of the country is pretty nice, just a few scattered clouds, otherwise plenty of sunshine. And we have a few showers down in the southern parts of Oklahoma and central Texas, parts of Louisiana. But here is I guess we'll go to California first. Here we go, lots of rain once again and heavy snow up in the higher elevations. This will actually be the storm system that we will be watching for the potential severe weather in a few days. But for right now, it's just continuing to dump a whole lot of moisture in California. I know you guys need the rain, but it's kind of adding up to a lot. So, but now out into the northeast, here is our nor'easter. Lots of snow here. You can see those brighter whites, basically from parts of Maine all the way to New York, and even further south to New Jersey, just spinning off here in the Atlantic and bringing all of that moisture in from the Atlantic and dumping a ton of snow. So on the warm side, we do have a few showers just to the southeast of Boston. Now zooming back out, you can see it is chilly across most of the country. If you want to experience some warmer temperatures, you got to go down to Florida. Miami, you're at 81 right now. Houston, I mean, it's better than what we're seeing up in most of the country. We're at 61 there right now, but otherwise it's just darn cold out there. So speaking of cold, we do have a handful of advisories. You can see out west we have some winter storm warnings, winter weather advisories, some wind warnings here, and those greens are basically flood related. So again, a lot of rain is happening out west, especially in California. And then we have some purple down the southeast. We'll get to that in just a second. The first part, though, is that winter storm that continues to dump snow anywhere from just a few inches to up to a foot, maybe even more. And those will be out through tomorrow. And then down in the south, we have some freeze warnings until tomorrow morning. Basically, those temperatures as we wake up will be anywhere from 20 to 30 degrees. So that's pretty cold for you guys in the south. And then we have some freeze watches as well in parts of southern South Carolina and southern Georgia. So here we go with our nor'easter continuing to dump plenty of snow across the northeast as we get through the rest of this afternoon and continuing through this evening as well. And this is at 7 a.m. Central Time tomorrow morning, so 8 a.m. Eastern Time. You can see some snow still falling, not as heavy. We should start to see that nor'easter move off to the east and take that moisture with it as we get into tomorrow afternoon. You can see just a few leftover snow showers there. But then as we get into Thursday, more snow is expected to come into the northeast. However, that shouldn't total as much as what we're expecting with this system. Within the next 72 hours, this is our probability of seeing 6 inches or more. You can see before we see the northeast, you can see parts of the northern Great Lakes. You guys are going to be getting some snow too, but not as much as the northeast. As we get into the next 72 hours, the chances of seeing 6 inches of snow or more are anywhere from 50% all the way up to around 90. So we have a pretty decent chance to see anywhere from 6 to 12 inches of snow across most of the northeast. So I hope you guys like snow because you are getting a lot of it. And now tracking our cold weather. So all these blues here show temperatures below the freezing mark. And you can see as we get from today and into tomorrow morning, it's going to be cold, and that cold weather will continue to last through Wednesday as well. Now we're going to jump ahead to basically the next few days. This is our future jet stream. Here is that low pressure dumping a ton of snow here in the northeast, as well as keeping that cold weather in place as well. And then out west, you can see that dip in the jet stream. This is the next system that we will be watching. As we get from today and into tomorrow, we should be quiet, but then that system that's been dumping all that rain and snow in the west will finally get into the middle of the country, and we will be watching basically from here in Oklahoma City southward to areas such as Dallas, maybe Houston, for the potential of severe weather on Thursday. And then as we get into Friday, it starts to move off to the east, and that cold air is going to be coming in behind that system. So unfortunately, the Great Lakes region, you're going to get another decent cold shot of air once this system moves on through. And yeah, you can see those colors starting to deepen even more. I know the calendar says that we're only a few days away from spring, but Mother Nature's like, not so fast. I'm not done with that cold weather yet. So as we get into the weekend, this will continue to deepen and move off to the east. So speaking of that cold air, again, today and tomorrow, we could see a bit of a warm up here in the central and southern plains. But then as that next system comes on through on Thursday, you can see those blues in the west. Those are going to start to move off to the south as that system moves off to the east from Thursday and into Friday. You can see those blues starting to track further south as we get to the end of the week. So let's talk about Thursday. Again, today and tomorrow look to be quiet in terms of severe weather. So that's why we're going to jump ahead to Thursday. I think one of the main issues right now is the moisture. Will we get enough moisture return for storm formation? So you can see we have some greens here from Oklahoma City down to Dallas, even to Houston. They could be better. So we'll see what this turns into as we get into Thursday afternoon. But by Thursday at 5 p.m. Central Time, we do start to see some higher values with those dew points. So that's promising if you guys want that severe weather. And then as we get into, this is 8 p.m., Dallas, you guys will still be under that risk. So I'm thinking between 5 and 8 p.m. or so, we could start to see storms there in Dallas. Oklahoma City, we're going to watch you guys carefully because you're on the very western edge of the risk. And then as we get into the overnight hours on Thursday into Friday, you can see that cold front crashes through the south. And then as we get into Friday, we'll have some moisture return here from parts of Louisiana into southern Mississippi and Alabama. Will that be enough for severe weather on Friday? We'll have to see. We're just going to focus on Thursday first, and then how Thursday turns out, that will shape up to what we will see on Friday. But otherwise, as we get from Friday into Saturday, most of that moisture is off the coast, with the exception in Florida and parts of eastern North Carolina and South Carolina. Now looking at our instability, again, we're going to watch Oklahoma City very carefully. I think Dallas has a better chance. This is at noon on Thursday. We will have that instability coming on up from the Gulf of Mexico. Here we are at 5. You can see that instability is already to the east of Oklahoma City. So again, you guys are going to be on the very western edge of the risk that I'll show you in just a moment, but it does look better for Dallas. And then as we get into the overnight hours, that instability will move off to the southeast as that cold front does so as well. And then as we get from basically Thursday morning into Thursday afternoon, we'll see that shift of instability getting into the southern part of the U.S., so parts of Louisiana, Mississippi. Again, will there be enough for severe weather? That's to be determined. Again, we'll have to get through Thursday first, and then that moves off as we get into our Friday, and then Saturday will be quiet. So here's our future radar. Again, this is just one particular run of one particular model. We'll have some showers as we get into Thursday afternoon. This is at 3 p.m. on Thursday Central Time. You can see this particular model is firing stuff here in Oklahoma City. There are other models that's showing stuff to the east of Oklahoma City. So again, that's why you guys are on the western edge. And we'll be watching here very carefully to see if Oklahoma City will still be in the risk or not. We're still, again, 2 days out. But then Dallas down to Houston, we could see some storms there. And then as we get into later Thursday, the activity pushes off to the east. We could see a little bit of winter precipitation here. Again, some models are saying yes, some are saying nothing. So that's something that we'll be watching there as well. And then we'll wake up Friday with a potential line of storms pushing through Louisiana and parts of Mississippi. So here we go, Thursday's forecast. Like I've mentioned a few times already, Oklahoma City on the very western edge of this. So cross your fingers if you guys are here in the central Oklahoma area. And then Dallas down to Houston, you guys are in the risk for Thursday as well. And then this stretches eastward to Little Rock, Shreveport, and basically most of central Louisiana, maybe as far east as western Mississippi. So a pretty big area that we'll be watching over the next few days as things start to come together, more details come together, as well as what we could possibly see. So that's all I have for you today. Make sure you follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, as well as our TikTok page. If you guys haven't followed us there yet, make sure you do so, as we could see a bumpy ride on Thursday, and it's basically storm season anyway, so you don't want to miss anything. And if you have any questions, concerns, if you just want to say hi, you can give us a call at 855-334-4245. You can email us at info@hailtrace.com, and to check out our website at www.hailtrace.com. And I am meteorologist Heather Kay. I hope you all have a great rest of your Tuesday.